All right, good morning. I already see got junk in our trunk and Nellie here. Good morning, good morning.
Oh, good. Now I can see the comments.
There you go. Yep. And then I think Elizabeth said she's going to be a little bit late. She had an errand to run and then she'd be here after. And then Lori hopefully should be here. I haven't heard that she wasn't going to be here. How about that? But for those of you in the chat already, I have my new bestie on here. This is Beth. We have become fast Facebook friends. So she's going to be chit-chatting with us this morning, and she sells a lot of what I sell. So we're always swapping out pictures. So, and then my cohort in life is over here with a video on about grizzly bear attacks.
No, it's grizzly bears and wolves.
Okay, grizzly bears and wolves. This is my life.
Rebel.
He's watching driving crazy people on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. The things that come up because he accidentally stays on my YouTube. And then he starts watching ridiculous stuff. And then all of this stuff is mixed in with my YouTube. Oh, good morning, Heather.
Rebel.
Yes.
Can you have Robert check your Facebook messages? I just sent him a message. I have a crazy echo. Like everything's like 25 seconds behind. Can you check your Facebook messages? I just sent him a message.
Oh, I hear it too. Oh.
The echo, like everything's like
I hear it right here. Mute yourself for a second.
Oh, I hear it too. Ooh.
But why am I hearing her here?
I'm thinking you're getting her audio's coming out, going into her microphone, and then coming through as chat, and then she's getting a loop back.
Okay.
And I'm going to blame Beth because she's the new thing here.
Yeah. Well, and I think
it's the thing that I'm not really. I'm just saying that it's the thing that's different than our normal setup. So it's probably on her end.
Do you have two devices open at the same time? Yeah. One of them's got to go because I'm hearing the echo too on my side. Oh, and then here's Lori. And then unmute yourself and let's see if it's any better. Good morning, lady.
Hi. Sorry I haven't called you. Let me get that out of the way. I'm okay. Everything's good. I'm going to try and get a hold of you today, Rebel.
All right. Yep.
How's it going? Hi.
Good. This is Beth. She's joining us. She's my other new bestest friend on Facebook.
Oh, right.
We chat all day long about anything and everything.
Awesome. Where are you from, Beth?
Let's see. Is she not hearing us? Beth, you're still muted. I see you muted. She's muted. I see a thing.
Oh, I'm using the wrong darn mouse. I'm over here waving a mouse around and it's tough.
I have two mice right here, and I'm forever
there you go.
picking. All right, Beth, you're still muted. Lori, since you're on the other end of how things work, what has she done to mute herself? At first we were getting an echo, and now I've got the mute button right here next to her name. What does she need to do?
Probably just hit the unmute button on her end. Or are you muted? Did you mute her?
I didn't mute her.
Yeah, definitely it's her. See, look, let me see. Okay, so she just got to hit that unmute to the left.
Unmute to the left.
There's a little mute button at the bottom on the left side. She might be on full screen. I don't know if she can see it. Let me see if I can see it on full screen. Yeah, down at the bottom, there's a mute.
Nope, you're still muted.
Let's see. Can you send her a text?
Yeah.
Just tell her to hit that little microphone down on the left and uncross it. There she is.
Oh, wait. Now I got to come back. Yep, there you are. Speak. Nope. Now you're on mute. Now you're okay.
This was us for like 2 weeks, like 3 weeks.
It was. We never could get it figured out. All right. Nona's daughter, I'm in need of motivation. Don't we all need some motivation, especially when
It's gonna drive me crazy.
I sold more on
Yesterday was a
Poshmark.
week for me yesterday on eBay, let me tell you.
What?
Yesterday was good. I had a
Really?
good day. I just started back on Monday, like listing and doing everything, and I was shocked. And I had a $90 shoe sale on Posh this morning. So
I had
I'm
more.
excited.
I had more sales on Posh than eBay yesterday.
What's going on with Posh? We're gonna have to get into that.
Oh, I don't know. They suspended me again for a day.
No,
I don't get it. No explanation. I send them a message and 24 hours later.
Well, that's why they're like, we better slow this broad down. She's gonna take over.
But I wasn't on fire until yesterday. And then nothing today. So
you had more Posh sales than eBay, huh?
Yesterday, which ain't saying much.
Well, let's just go with it. Sounds really good.
Just go.
Good for the morale.
Let's just say I had 20 on eBay and more. No.
Right? Yeah, motivation is a tough one, and it's hotter than a boo here. So, yeah.
Yep. I was telling Beth, we had a heat index warning yesterday because it was going to be 108 index. I don't know what that means, but it's in the 90s here.
My mom's in Chicago, and I had talked to her briefly on FaceTime, and I looked at her, I'm like, are you in your bra? She's like, I'm so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it was hotter. Yeah. Well, enjoy it, huh?
I like the heat. Not that I'm going to be out in it much, but I much prefer the heat than to be cold.
Me too. And me and Willie go take our little swim down at the horseshoe every day. So that's nice. Go get dumped in the water quick. Cool down. We still can't be outside down here in the summer. Turn into a raisin. Beth, what is going on with your microphone?
Are you hearing us?
Maybe
we're not hearing anything.
Who's in the chat? Let's see. This darn mouse is going to go away. Okay, let's see. Let's see who's in the chat. Hey, Robert. How you feeling, bud?
He walked upstairs. He's fine. He's fine.
He's totally fine. No worries.
Yeah, especially when you take the C word out of everything, you can deal with anything in life.
You bet your butt. You bet your butt you can.
Are you trying to call me?
Okay. Didn't Lizzie have problems too with hers, and it was her actual speaker? Or her she had to use earphones, something. I remember something.
Oh, maybe
tell her to use some earbuds.
See if you have earbuds. And then nobody could hear. She's calling.
It's like I hear her though. Like it's a faint. That's what I'm saying. So maybe her volume is down.
I don't know.
Oh, I can hear you.
It's her volume probably on her computer.
Because we're hearing you, but very, very faintly.
Hold on. Is it better?
A little bit.
Go more.
How's that?
I have my laptop maxed.
Yeah,
just
so do I.
Hear in normal voices.
I don't know if I know how to fix this.
Nope.
I have it turned up the most.
What about?
I have it turned up the most on my.
I think you have to allow. See, I want to see if there's a little hacker in her. Anybody in our chat know any StreamYard hacks?
Or if I turn on, if I unplug my microphone, will it just go through my computer?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's
Can you guys hear me now?
Very faintly.
Okay, I don't know how to turn up the volume on my computer.
On your speaker or on your computer?
On the speaker.
Oh, I don't know speakers.
If you have speakers, if you have external speakers, okay, so then nothing should be plugged in, right?
No,
to where your microphone is?
No.
Okay. So then is your computer turned up? The volume on your computer?
Yeah. Audio. Yeah. No.
This
I
is gonna
don't
drive me bananas.
think there's anything.
This is microphone away until smart sound. Not unless I plug it back in my microphone.
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, no, there's no other option. No.
Wherever your volume is.
Hold on, can I just turn up the volume?
So if she has a,
Oh, wait, hold on.
Wherever your volume is.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
No better.
I turned up my volume. Hold on.
Yeah, now I'm hearing the echo again.
yeah, it's got to be her speakers aren't on.
No better.
That's no better?
Yeah, now I'm hearing the echo again.
Okay, let's try this.
Yeah, it's got to be her speakers aren't on.
That's no better? Okay, let's try.
I'll start a StreamYard with Beth. You all do your thing, and then we'll get her stuff worked out.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Whoa.
Robert said he's going to start a StreamYard just with you to get everything ironed out, and then you can come back into here.
Time out, you.
So she doesn't know what
Robert said he's going to start a StreamYard. We'll get it figured out.
Robert said.
Okay.
That's a good idea, though.
Like, close out of it. Okay.
All right. Let's see what he's sending me. We'll get it figured out. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So back to I'm on the wrong computer. Okay. We're going to work on one right now.
Yeah, I've got my other mouse way out of the way, so I can't mess with it till I'm ready to.
Well, I have it stacked. Like I have the other laptop right in front of me and the other one up. So that way I have my screen. And I'm trying to work on this one, but I keep using this. You know what I'm talking about. You're doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Now,
you have niece.
Here, I watched Rachel Strickland's video too. That is one amazing. I thought I worked pretty hard. She has busted her butt so that she can pay for a brand new vehicle.
That is awesome.
I know that it was an amazing series. I've watched her.
That's motivational. No, who was just saying that? Wrong mouse. Someone needs motivation. Go give a.
Yes, definitely go watch Rachel Strickland, and she's
very upbeat and happy.
Yes. So yeah, that was amazing. She just finished her death pile when hopefully this car's supposed to be delivered this week. She's waited like 4 or 6 months or something for it. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember when she started. I need to go catch up on all YouTube. I haven't paid no mind to anything. And it's a nice place for me when I'm listing, but I haven't been listing. Well, anyways, back to this week listing. Yes, Monday I started, and I don't think I listed Rebel for like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like very upset about it. But yeah, I was very shocked. It just lit my store right back up. So
that's good.
There's some for you. Just list.
Yeah. And I was telling Beth this morning, even though sales aren't where we want them to be, hopefully come fourth quarter, we're going to all be slamming it. Because
fourth quarter. I was just looking at my numbers last week for this year versus last year at this time, and I was double, if not more, last year at this time. But also, people were shopping more online. I'll take the 50%. It's still good. Still good money.
Yep. I'm going to go see how I'm doing from last year.
Oh, yeah, I got Rose.
Let's see. Let's put, not too bad. I'm down 8% from last year. Okay, but last year was good. So 8% down isn't that bad.
That's not terrible.
But my average sale price is up 17%. So I'm sourcing better stuff. How about that? Ooh, but
There
my
you go.
quantity sold is down 20%.
Are you on which one are you on? The sales one?
I'm on the sales, the performance sales.
Performance sales. Okay.
Yeah, and then you put in this year versus same period last year.
Yeah.
So that's not that bad. I got a message. I don't know if I'm going to get picked, but I got a message from eBay yesterday that on next Thursday, they're going to be doing some kind of Zoom thing with key sellers, with certain sellers. And I'm hoping I get picked. I put my name in the queue yesterday
That
to
would
see
be awesome.
just to meet with others, have a Zoom call with other sellers and eBay staff. So,
and is it like a question and answer, or is it?
I hope so. I hope that's what it was all about.
That would be great, huh?
If so, I will definitely make a quick video or something and get you guys to give me questions that we think we should ask.
Right.
Okay.
That is awesome.
I think Cheryl Shiny Squirrel had something up here. Now, I think I'm going to get Cheryl back on the show soon. She thinks she's got all of her problems worked out. Her phone overheated, and believe me, I know how that is. But I've got my new phone, and so far it's not overheated on me one time.
Are you talking about overheating when you're taking pictures and working or video?
Using video and receiving phone calls, and
the same thing is happening with my new iPhone. I thought it was just maybe okay.
No, I don't have an iPhone. I have a Pixel, but when I went back to the store, they said it's a known problem, and they replaced it for free.
Okay, well that's good to know. I'm gonna grab a pen real quick.
Let's see.
Come on, you come out here.
Oh no. Okay.
Come on.
Here's her first comment. Did I ever tell y'all what happened with the infamous panties in the duvet that I sold? I don't know if you did or not.
So I may have remembered that. Do tell. You might have to come on and tell the story though.
Yeah, definitely. Because she wants to start a channel. So, this is good experience. And that's why I like having this fourth spot for, people who are thinking that they want to do it. And this way it gives you a little experience before the camera. Because believe me, I would have puked if I had tried to do this at the beginning when I started doing videos. I would have. I mean, I'm way more comfortable now, but yeah.
Right. No, it helps. It's definitely easier now trying to do I haven't put one video out yet, but making them is a heck of a lot easier too. And it builds your confidence and,
Yep.
you're comfortable. I'm comfortable talking to Rebel and everybody in the chat. It's so nice.
Yep.
It's a nice time.
We have wonderful people who come into our chat every week. I really do.
You know what though? I can't see the chat when I'm in full screen, which really bums me out because I like to see you. I don't want to see, you're just a little tiny if I turn the chat.
On my computer, we are like 2/3 of it, and then my chat's coming down the side.
Hi, Robert. How can I see
Robert.
the chat in full screen?
Beth should be coming back.
Beth should be coming back. You got it figured out. Good.
Let's see. I don't want to exit full screen. I'm going to take this mouse and place it over there.
We're going on a road trip next week.
You are? Where are you going?
We are. Well, we're going to help a friend. We're going to drive her up to Cincinnati, and then so she can visit with some family. And then we're going to go hit the bins in Cincinnati and Columbus. And then I'm going to go see my son and grandkids.
Oh,
before
nice.
we get home. So just a real short trip. All right, Beth, let's hear your voice.
Robert says he has it fixed.
You're a little bit faint, but
You can hear.
we can hear you. Definitely.
That might be the best that we can do. Robert said to yell.
Yep. Just yell. Let it out, Beth.
That was his solution, was to have me yell.
It's better. We can hear you much better.
hear you.
So
Trust me, you don't really want me any louder.
Well, hi, Beth. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm
Nice
great.
to meet you.
I made $10 whole today so far. So I mean, I can go to Dunkin' Donuts now.
There you go.
There you go.
I love her room. We were chatting right before the show started.
Oh.
Her sunroom, and I was telling her
that's
I
beautiful.
cannot get a contractor to come give me a quote. My back deck literally does not have one leg on one corner.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's just out there because we removed a pool and the decking around the pool, and it left that. It ain't gonna break off unless like all of us sat on that one corner, I guess. But I love her room.
If you all can see the chair behind me, what's kind of cool about that chair is it came off of my husband's grandmother's porch on Long Island. So it's about 100-ish years old. And my brother and sister-in-law, who have more money than God, were shocked that we wanted this old furniture. And we just love it. It's amazing. It'll never break.
Oh, yeah. I've got some really old chairs out on my deck, and I use it just to lay stuff on. Nobody's allowed to sit in it because, the weaving is gone almost. Right. Oh, hello, Noel. Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work.
Oh, wait. Noel is here. I want to ask her something. So look at this cool. Oh, that way. Right? So I picked this up at a yard sale this weekend for free.
What is it? It says 56 pieces of what?
Well, look. Some of them are those, and then the rest are like, they're like, I think they're calling them seals, so they're like stickers.
Oh, you probably wet the back and close it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when we didn't care about spit.
Right.
So there's a whole bunch of them. So I tried, and then there's these. They're like gift tags.
Those are so cute.
That's really awesome.
So I tried like looking up to see if I could find anything about them on eBay or Google or anything, and there's nothing like called this. I thought because of this little envelope it would be in there, but
maybe it was just like a department store giveaway or something.
Look at that.
Oh, that is awesome.
Those are adorable.
So
no matter what, I think auction, but start really, really high.
Yeah, I don't know what to call them.
Vintage gift tags.
Gift tags, seals, and yeah. But
so, what do you mean by high, Rebel?
Like $100 or more?
You know what? That was exactly what I was thinking. Like $99.99.
What's the harm?
That's what came to my mind. $99.99.
Aren't they amazing?
Those are very nice.
They were in the free pile along with some calendars. Yes, die cut.
Die cut. Yes, I've got some die cut stuff in my store.
You go.
So they were free along with like some calendars from 1969 and.
I would, if you're on Etsy, I would definitely, once you figure out what you want to list them for, or even go like $149 or whatever.
Look at the pillow cover.
Yeah.
This is not a high dollar item, but
cool. Yeah, she did.
Well, Noel says it's not a high dollar item, but they're cool.
It was, it's worth, like you said, there's always worth.
It's worth what someone will pay for it.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Right.
Free is free.
And you know what? I list stuff high, and then I'll get an offer like half the price, but half the price was like 40 times what I paid for it. And sometimes I just go for it.
Well, and I paid $0. So
you paid $0. So yeah.
Exactly.
That was the same yard sale that I got the Luray.
Oh, yeah.
Dishes. So I got a whole box of those too. But meanwhile, every place else I went, they were being ridiculous, like if you don't know Luray, it's,
I'm looking right now. Ooh, just like one bud vase already has a $49.99 bid.
Yeah, it's from the 50s. It's pretty cool.
I thought it almost looks like the corning, but
It's Taylor
obviously
Swift.
more.
So I did want to say, just because then everyone can clap for me and say, yay, Beth. So it was almost exactly 1 year ago that I jumped back into eBay.
Very good.
I had been gone for about 15 years. And I was at Savers one day, where I no longer go because the people who are pricing the items are on crack. But I picked up.
Tell us how you feel, Beth.
Yeah. Oh, I walked through the store like an insane old woman going, I don't know who's on crack. I don't know who's on crack. And then people are just staring at me. So I picked up 50 pieces of Villeroy and Boch serveware and 50 pieces of Dansk. And I picked that all up for $100. And so I've made a few $1,000s on those. And so, yeah, that's what kind of catapulted me back into eBay very slowly until about November. So, yeah, 1 year ago.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to a Savers. Wasn't it a Savers? And I walked through the store one time, made a loop like I normally do. And I came over to Robert and my hands were like this. And he's like, "You're ready to go, aren't you?" And I was like, yeah.
Exactly.
It was ridiculous.
I don't think I've ever been to a Savers.
Oh, it's crazy.
I think it's more of a out that way. Where were we? In Missouri when we went? I think so, yeah. So I think it's a more out west thing.
Savers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? I think my girlfriend in Texas goes to Savers.
Yeah, it ain't in our area. How about that? It's not anywhere near us.
They're in Canada too, where it's called Value Village, and some of them
Value Village
on the west are also called Value Village. So Savers and Value Village are the same. But yeah, someone in the chat said that they worked at Savers and they're insane looking everything up. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Places like that look stuff up. They miss all the good stuff anyways.
They do miss a lot.
So.
But I don't bother anymore unless I'm in town going to the dentist. You know, I live in the country, so everything's a drive for me. Lori, you don't live near anything, and Rebel, you don't live near anything.
No, I'm not.
We have Walmart, but we have a Hobby Lobby and a Marshalls. All of those have opened up in the last couple of years. But to be honest, I've never been in a Hobby Lobby ever.
We don't have anything. We don't have street lights or stoplights or trash pickup or a fire department, or we have a grocery store that's about 3 miles away though, so that's wonderful.
Our Walmart's about probably 3 miles.
Oh my.
Even less. Yeah.
No, we don't live near anything. Nothing.
I love Aldi. Aldi's my new. I found this ice cream there. It's called gelato.
Yes.
I am addicted. And it says it's 5 servings, and I'm trying desperately to keep it to 5 servings, but it's so easy just to sit there. And it doesn't hurt my tummy, Lori.
There you go. That's it. I forget that eBay has these metrics. It's not that I forget. I do a lot of sales on Poshmark. So
right.
My eBay just kicked in full gear last year. So when I'm looking at my numbers, I'm like, oh yeah, because I didn't start until. So when I'm talking about my numbers, I really talk about Poshmark and eBay a little bit last year. But really, I've sold as much on eBay this year so far that I did last year. And that's pretty good.
Wow.
Sales price last year was 54 and this year's 44. So I'm happy with that. Just my eBay.
Oh yeah. And it's only halfway through the year.
I have sold 191 items, which is, that's still compared to what I'm putting on,
Lori, are you looking at the year or just 90 days?
I'm just looking at this year right now. Okay. And then last year, the whole year,
right.
For now, I'm pretty pleased with the stuff. I can kick it into full gear now and really get moving. I'm telling you that it was just processing that really messed me up, or not processing, but just trying to do everything so fast and shove everything into a program, and I think that it just was all new, But I'm better now. I'm back to it.
Yeah. I was doing okay until really this week. And then this week has been crazy, like 4 sales since Friday. 4.
Right.
And none of them good. Like none of them big ones. Toomey backpack purse.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
Toomey, it's a backpack purse. Toomey's a good brand. I would just look up comps on eBay and then price right around the same as Sold, because Toomey's a good brand. Somebody's good, going to be looking for it. It's not one of those good brands that's going to sit like a Dooney or something like that. Toomey's pretty popular, and it's high price. And it's a backpack purse. That's even better. Always backpacks.
I love backpack purses.
Little messenger bag on eBay, old vintage Fossil one. So it's like the same concept with, easy access for travel for $35.74 all in from friggin' 20-some years ago.
Cheryl, I went to a America's Thrift down in Chattanooga. Now, the first time I ever went there, it was amazing. Then Robert and I went on a little road trip. We love our little short road trips one time, and it was awful. So I don't know if
in Thrift in mainland Florida. I think I've been up to one by Chris's parents. American Thrift. Big, right?
Yeah, I think it's very big. I told my son today, oh, by the way, we're going to be at your house next weekend. I haven't seen, his youngest is going to be four in July, I believe. And I've only seen him when he was first born.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's time to go see him. But I'm getting messages from him saying Saturday, show up Saturday. Ooh, that means we have to stay up closer to the Goodwill bins. See, and this is our dilemma too. Do we take the trailer or not with gas?
Ooh, gas is the
Right.
Right.
So
It's about 6 miles per gallon. Also.
yeah, it knocks like 6 miles a gallon when we toll that thing.
Well, yeah, like it goes from like 25 to 18,
Yeah.
17 or 18. So it's 7 or 8. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. But then do I risk going to one outlet and filling up my pilot and not be able to shop anymore?
Well, how long are you going to be gone for? Let's really work this
We're
out.
leaving Wednesday, so I really have Thursday and Friday.
You can't fill you. Well, yes, you can.
Yeah, I could.
Trailer in 2 days.
If it's a good outlet,
Right.
like when we go to Missouri, I can fill up half.
Fire, just go get a U-Haul and slap it on there if that's the case. Rent a U-Haul while you're out.
But we thought of that. We tried that one time, and it was going to be too expensive to do a one-way.
You would have to bring it back, right? They can't go from point to point. It was
going to be $300 too. That was before. That's when we decided to buy the trailer. Because we went to Indianapolis and we were there like a day and a half, and we had filled the pilot, and we had planned on staying like 5 days.
Right.
Indianapolis is
Maybe
good.
Get a car topper.
Yeah.
Well, that also, but you know what, Rebel? So I'm going to be the grown up in the room here and say, you know that you already have a lot of stuff and you don't need a trailer full in the middle of yard sale. You know,
that was my next question. Are you through the other stuff?
No.
I haven't touched it.
Well,
I think there's about probably 28 bags out there.
Right. I'm good in the room.
Yep.
I don't know. I say gas prices are terrible.
That's what I mean.
No,
That's what I mean. So
that's what I would say. But
it's yard sale season though, so you know that if it was September, then that would be different. But right now, when it's only June and you're going to be buying stuff all summer and you haven't gotten through your last haul, maybe all you need is a car full and it would make you be picky.
There you go. Make me be picky. That's what I said this morning, but those are famous last words because I have said that once before. And I end up buying every Kelly toy and every Dandy and all the brands that are just my bread and butter.
You just call me Rebel and I will tell you to put it down.
Yeah.
I was at a Savers when I was still going to Savers, and I know that you've picked up some little Homeco figurines lately, but most of them just don't sell. And I just finally sold one that I had had for like a year. So I picked one up and I was looking at it and I said to myself, because I'm crazy and I talk to myself. And so I said, I don't know why I keep buying these. They're cute, but they don't sell. And this much older woman came up behind me and she said, put it down. Put it down on the shelf. You do not need that. Put it on the shelf. Just a complete stranger. She was a reseller and she was in New Hampshire from like Iowa or something like that. And so she could only take back what fit in her suitcase. And she was like, ma'am, you do not need those. They do not sell. Put them on the shelf. So I put them on the shelf, and I can honestly say I haven't bought another one because I listened to my elders.
I'm not the one that normally picks up the Homeco.
Him.
I don't know any better. You didn't teach me well enough.
There you go. See,
Well, I just did.
Yeah,
Where's
there you
Elizabeth?
go.
Rebel.
Huh?
Where's Elizabeth?
She had something she was going to, but she said she should be here by right now. So we'll see. She said 11:30 to 11:45. And see, Noel's on my side. But Noel is like, but gas prices are only going to go up.
I was going to say, it's not like they're going to drop, right?
Exactly. So maybe I need to get enough to last me.
Wanted to get down under $5.
Oh, that's funny, Rebel. Like that would stop you from going to local yard sales and estate sales. That's funny.
But it has made me change so that like Thursdays we don't just go out like we were. So we're saving them for Fridays and Saturdays, but we're having a yard sale this weekend. So not at our house, but over at our booth.
Oh, wow.
So, just trying to get rid of a lot of the reject clothes that we decided we weren't going to put on eBay. They weren't worth it.
Homeco.
Homeco. Yes. Yeah, my trailer's half full already, and then my pile is just getting bigger.
When I look it up, it's worth money.
Yeah.
We
had this conversation. We took it out of our last video, but we had this. I swear, he'll look something up on his phone, and it'll say it's worth $10.
Yeah.
Right. And they wanted $3 for it, but when I looked it up, I had it sold for $35.
I know.
You know, I noticed that too with Chris and I when we would be out at the bins or something together. I'm like, this is how you do it. You need to run to me with everything. Just go here, punch this.
Right.
I went over it a few times with him. He brings me back all this stuff. I'm like, what is this? He's like, says it's good. And I'm like, it says it's good. So I'm going through it and I'm like, start throwing it back. And he's looking at me like, and he's showing me comps that are like double what I'm seeing. So and we had the same thing click. So I don't know anything about it.
And then when you get home and you do it on your computer. When you're listing, you get even different comps.
Well, that's what happened with this bear. All right. So I told him I was doing the comps for this bear, and then I couldn't find mine, and I could only find what he said, where it said it was only worth like $10. Well, I had paid $3 for it, and frankly, I didn't want you guys to see what a poor choice of stuffed animals I had bought. So we took it out, and then last night I had already processed it. So last night I went to list it, and I found my $35 sold, and I couldn't find nothing that was $10. Nothing.
I don't get it. It's very weird.
It was Russ. It was a Russ bear, but it was a mohair bear. So I usually pick up all mohair bears anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but crazy. So I listed it. I think I went ahead and listed it for like $29.95 or $39.95. I don't remember now.
There's no harm.
No.
We are leaving tomorrow. I was planning on extending I wasn't going to put store on vacation mode. I was just going to extend my handling time. But sales are so bad, I'm just not going to worry about it. We're just going to be gone Thursday to Monday. I'm just not going to worry about it. It would just be Thursday. I'm just letting it go. But we're going to Cape Cod, and if anybody in the Northeast is around here, so Cape Cod is cool because, Plymouth Rock, y'all learn about Plymouth Rock. That's where Plymouth Rock is. And so it's a really old part of the country. And it's one of the oldest. The population is very old. Everybody young moves off Cape. Like a loaf of bread is $6.
Shoo.
I know. And so it's all church thrift stores. There's no big thrift stores down there. And my sister-in-law texted me and told me that they're all open. So that's what I'm going to do this week, Friday, yeah. So I need some luck. Last year I bought some amazing china, and most china doesn't sell, but this was amazing, and I did really well. So because people go, especially people die, and then they clean out their summer homes, and it all ends up in the thrift stores because there's not Goodwill or Savers or anything like that. So that's
fun.
It will be. And that's as far as that's about 3.5 hours.
Do I have it hung right?
Sorry, he's asking a technical question.
Right.
It looks,
That's
I
weird.
think it's, or it shrunk.
Just the butt.
Yeah, I don't know. He's over here doing clothes because I refuse. I
You should do it
refuse.
sometimes.
I do it once in a while.
I've only done it a couple of times, and I was a miserable failure at it both times. The only things I ever succeeded at was I found, again, at Savers, they had just rolled out a new rack, and there was like 6 brand new Lily Pulitzer dresses with tags. Well, that made it easy because nobody's going to fight with me on those. But anything used I sell, no matter what I put in for measurements, no matter what I've done, it ends up getting returned.
We have pretty good luck. I've had a few returns, and luckily all of them are, didn't fit, which is crazy because we do that also. But at least they're not claiming that it's item,
Right.
not as described. So
Which hurts your metrics.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I had the craziest, and I already told you about this, but I'll tell everybody else. I had somebody order something yesterday and then immediately sent me a cancellation request. And when I asked, then they sent me a message saying it wasn't available. And I'm like, you bought it. It was available. And then she sent me another message back. I guess if I'm assuming this is what happened. If you're watching an item and it sells, you get a message that says the item's no longer available. And then almost always eBay sends, but here, look at this. Here, look at this. So when she must have been watching it and then got that message and then just canceled the order. But she was the reason why it wasn't available. And she hasn't bought it again. So I don't know. But that was great. That's the first time I've ever had somebody cancel because eBay sent them a message saying it wasn't available.
I didn't even know eBay did that.
I see it if I'm watching something because I'm going to list it also. I'll get a message that says this item is no longer available. And then it'll have like others, sometimes similar, but sometimes it's just crazy stuff.
Right. Last night I had a woman message me on Mercari asking if I would take an offer for something, which is kind of funny, like just send the offer.
I know.
And it wasn't even a lot off. And so I said, sure, why not? And then she texted me back and she was like, oh, thank you so much. That's it. Never bought it. Never.
You might want to go in and just lower your price and see if she'll buy it then.
But on Mercari, it's such a pain to raise. Like you can't raise it without deleting it and doing it again. Do you know what I mean?
No. I don't ever. I'm a listed and forget it kind of person.
Right. So on McCarty, once you've lowered the price, you can't go higher.
Oh.
Until
I knew that was with offers, but I didn't know that was with anything.
Yes.
Huh. I never change my price hardly ever.
Oh, Katrina just asked a question.
I'm behind. Oh, here we go. Thank you for putting that question in front of the question. Okay.
Yeah.
If you repair a pair of shoes, do you disclose it in the listing?
Absolutely.
I would. Something that, that's possibly obvious, possibly.
Even if it's not obvious, if I repair anything, I disclose it.
Yeah.
It's just going to save you if somebody gets something and they see it and you get an item not as described, and that just hurts you. So you're always better off just saying that you've
disclosing it. Yeah. Take a couple bucks off. Usually people don't care.
Got junk in our trunk. Thank you. I will send her an offer and see if that works.
That'll work. Yep.
There's no
I have been doing that. I've been sending out tons of offers, but I have not received one order by doing that on
eBay. Not even
on
one.
Mercari.
No.
eBay. Robert looked yesterday. I have about 20% of my offers are actually buyers. Yeah. Of all, say that better. 20% of the items that I send offers out on become sales.
That's awesome.
It was 20% of your sales for the month.
Oh, 20% of my sales. I totally have that one messed up. 20% of my sales this month were from make offers.
Last month.
Okay.
That you mean?
That I sent out on eBay.
Do I need to come do this for you?
He's always looking at info. He's actually trying. You know how we're all losing. If you have GoDaddy, it's all going away this month. So he's actually trying to figure out if he can do it himself. Compile all the information that we need and do it ourselves. So there is a way. It's just how tedious is it going to be?
It's a lot of work, but you know what? If you can do it,
he's a nerd. He can figure it out.
That's what I mean. If you can do it and you understand it, believe me, I wish I had something with all of the different like streams of income and just everything that goes on here. It is so much to even to get down to the nitty gritty with eBay. It takes so long. So if you had something that just pulled all of your numbers, boy, that would be lovely. But I'm sure he could do it. He knows how to make them types of spreadsheets, right? Not spreadsheets. I guess it would be
when he downloads it, he puts it in a spreadsheet and then he can switch everything. He's been trying different. It's kind of funny. He's been trying different ways that eBay offers you to download. Ooh, nice.
Those are nice, Lori.
Huh? Yeah, I sold those. That was a good sale. 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've sold those before too. I'll just pick up a whole bunch of them in the bins.
So these actually caught these little boogers right here a couple of weeks ago were one of my eBay crazy stories, where this lady sent me an offer, and in the memo she wrote free shipping in all caps with a whole bunch of exclamation points. So I sat on that offer for a minute, and I'm like, the offer was okay, and it cost me $3 to ship this damn thing. I really don't care, So I'm like, Lori, just let it go, sell her the damn item. So I tell her to send it to her, and then I think we were on a trip that day. I was busy, so I didn't check my messages until later. She had messaged me every hour on the hour, wanting to know why I wasn't answering her, that she was not going to pay. It was just like this, and I'm like, lady, I gave you free, I gave you what you want. No clue. She leaves me, I can't remember how it went, but she ends up leaving me feedback, positive feedback, with a nasty message.
Oh, you can have that removed.
I had it. eBay didn't take down the positive; they just took down the wording.
Right.
But it was I go, she hasn't even paid for this item. How is she leaving feedback? Within 5 minutes, she like had paid and then she canceled, and it was just weird. It was a very weird transaction. Needless to say, I didn't send them to her, and I called eBay the next day. It was nuts. Why are you not answering me? Come on. What do you mean? I accepted your offer with free shipping. I think, I know what it was. I had to send her an invoice from the computer.
Yes.
And I wasn't home. So, and that's what it was. That's why I couldn't, do it right then and there. Like she, weird.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, I had to be home. We were out.
Yeah, I haven't blocked many buyers, and I do think that sometimes that advice people get a lot online. But when someone just acts downright crazy, then yeah.
I have hundreds on my
the people that call you a liar, like what?
If they buy something and they don't pay, they go on my block bidder list. If they cause me any angst, they go on my. If they give me a negative, even if I get it removed, they're on my list.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
No, I put everybody who doesn't pay on the list.
Yeah,
anybody right away. I report, and it's not as much anymore. But boy, when I first got on eBay, it was a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
between the people. I'm not just making this up. It was like, am I going to keep going with this? This is crazy. Like, is this worth it?
That's really normal.
And it was, you're just trying to get your momentum, But just stick with it. To the new people, stick with it. It's worth it.
Yeah. It's really normal.
They just see the newer accounts, and I think that they can, bully you into certain things. And I mean, I've had feedback extortion, just everything. I think it was like within my first 5 feedback, I had somebody trying to extort. And I'm like, what are you? I'm not giving this to you for free. Like, stop.
Yep. I'm on the wagon where if you are wanting, you have an issue with my item, you're sending me my item back before you get any money back. You're not going to get to keep it. You're not going to get a partial refund.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
Now, if I ship something breakable and they tell me it's broken, they're going to get a refund because I'm terrible. Believe it or not, I'm terrible at it. No matter how much I pack it.
Well, that was with my conversation with eBay. It was like, listen, because I had 3 things to talk to them about, and I had a return on a vintage lava lamp that I sold, and it was broken in shipping. And I sent them a $60 refund right away. I told them to throw the item away, just the wash. I'll write it off. And I told eBay, I have no problem giving people their money back. See, but these people are wacky, and they agreed with it and took the whack right off of my stuff.
All right. So Rhonda says she took off all her promoted and her sales are out the roof. I'm afraid to.
Well, you need to read. So further on, she says, though, that
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with when you have 9,000 listings, even at 2,000 at a time, it's cumbersome.
Yeah, I'm not there. It's so hard to do when you have that many because you can only write 200 at a time. I get lost.
I don't know if it's sometimes it pops up that you can do 2,000.
Yeah, no, I'll start and I'll get like 400 or 600 in to redo it, and then I'll get hungry.
I did that with
I'll forget where the hell I'm at. Noel's like, write it down. I'm like, it don't work.
I did that with I'm adding international shipping, direct international shipping to a lot of my listings, and I spent one evening, hours, just doing it, and then went off and forgot about it for a couple of days. But I'm also doing ending and sell similar. So by the time I got back to my computer, there's no way for me to figure out where I was at all.
Oh,
you can't sort it by the way it's shipped either, can you?
No, and I can't. Yeah, you can't go in and figure out international shipping. There's nowhere to go on there where it says what items you have international shipping on or not that I could find.
I even noticed that in the listing itself, like the international shipping is really just kind of a blanket statement where it doesn't make any damn sense. But I know that I have international shipping, if that makes sense. I'd like to go on and do, like you were just saying, what would you call it?
Direct international.
Direct international instead of the eBay. What's it called?
Standard. Is it
Well,
standard?
no. What is the eBay?
The global. The
global
global shipping.
Do you do that at all, Rebel?
I took it off this month.
You did.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing direct.
That's right. Okay, so you're not giving an option for both, just direct?
No, because if you have global shipping turned on, it takes precedence.
Oh, okay. So they have to actually choose. And if they don't,
it takes precedence. They won't even see that I offer it direct.
But you're saying, but then you had to go in and add that. After you turned off global shipping, you had to go in and add the eBay international shipping.
Yep. It was easy with like my first class stuff, but it's harder when you're over your pounds, because for international shipping, it's not only, it's 4 pounds is international first class. But then there's weights, it can't be over 4 pounds, but it can't be bigger than 36 inches. So I actually have to go in, and if I have to question whether some things might be too big to ship first class. And so it's a little bit, I know all of my first class is fine.
Right.
But yeah, so I've lost it.
I was selling 30% of my plush internationally 2 months ago. And now almost none. So it's a very strange change.
Everything's changed.
It is.
Well, I'll tell you what, not sitting down at my computer for 3 weeks and then sitting down to that new ×2 eBay, they had switched up again on me while I wasn't on. And boy, oh boy, that was like learning the I just felt like, I don't know if I got my listings right. Like the first few, because I'm double checking, triple checking, and that's where I screw up.
Let me ask you guys this. I have an order that I need to ship. Well, I have somebody who bought multiple items, and I've already invoiced her, and it ended up being cheaper for UPS, which I'm good with. But then she bought 2 more things, but she paid for one of them already, and it's first class. Now, if I throw that first class item in with my UPS, will it let me put that tracking number?
No, you can't have a USPS tracking number attached to a UPS package.
See, that's what so I'm going to have to ship her this one item first class, and then everything else I gave her free shipping on the thing that she bought this morning because I haven't mailed the package, and I'm just going to put it in the box. That's this box right here. But I'm going to have to ship that. I think I'm going to have to ship that first class package by itself. So, but hopefully I'll have all my orders out today. But UPS for me is difficult because it's like a 25-minute drive for me just to get to
have a
UPS
here on the island, which is really cool, and they're great. Like, because I was shipping those bicycles over Christmas and stuff, and I sent them through there. What can I do for that? But anyways, oh no, it was UPS. But FedEx too is at Walgreens here. We have like a standalone thing. If I need to like drop or pick up, I can do it there too. So that's really that's a plus about the island. Oh, and then I was going through my stinking, like, what's it called? Where your performance, but let me get to it so I can tell you exactly what I'm talking about. And it gives you the details on like your shipments, your detailed seller ratings, blah, 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 right?
Right.
So I get there and I'm like, why do I have like 2 or 3 different things that weren't shipped out on time?
Oh,
oop!
We lost Lori.
She'll be back. You know what? It never fails. We all have the worst looks on our faces,
right?
When the computer stalls. Or Robert. Robert's awful about, he'll find some crazy picture that he says he's going to use as my thumbnail and he'll send it to me. And, I'll be like, for whatever reason, because I'm talking and, my face is all over the place.
Oh, do you know what? So today,
okay, she's back. All right. You didn't get very far in that story.
No.
Okay. Here we go. So living on an island, I'm saying has its downs here because the only late shipment rates is what it is one of all of my transactions. And then there's 2 where my tracking didn't upload or validate on time. All 3 of those are, there's an electric company at my house or a tree trimmer. Somebody will bump the truck. I live a quarter mile off the road, so I don't know why anyone's at my house. Give me a second.
So for me, I had the first time today. So I have normally, you see your balance building up on eBay during the week, how much money you have. Well, I have no money because I have not sold anything. So I have like $30 or something. And then I saw it go down and I looked. And I was charged $1.50. I forget how they worded it, but basically my package wasn't weighed properly. Now I know people have had that happen before. I've never had that happen, and I am so careful about packing my packages. I know. I set it up when I make the listing, and then as I'm packing it, if it's over and there's no way to pack it safely, I bump it up and I pay for that extra shipping. So it's $1.50. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over it or waste my energy looking into it. It was more just an aggravation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine how it happened.
You can dispute them, but for the $1.50, I don't know. But I've seen other people come back because a lot of times, if it's on my scale and it's measuring 7.9 or, something. And if I put that label on there, it takes it right at, even, I'll still pay more and hope that depending on how accurate their scales are, that I'll get a refund back, which I normally, I don't get a lot, but some, but I've never been charged because I didn't have enough.
I never have either. And I ship a lot of heavy items and a lot of glass and breakables. This was actually a board game. So that was actually, that was my first thing that I ever started selling on eBay back in 1999. So board games is we all have things we know a lot about. Board games, I know a lot. Board games, I get an A in. And so they're heavy. So, I know I was super careful about weighing it. But again, for $1.50, it's not worth my time or energy to look into it because it would cost me more than $1.50's worth of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're cutting my trees. Away from the power line.
Yeah.
That's
the palm trees are kind of up over by the line, so that's nice to know. I was actually just looking at that because we had some palm fronds fly, but
usually they don't do a good job. They
it's on my driveway, and my driveway is all mangrove trees, so it's just where the power line is. I'm not really not concerned at how good it looks there because you look like you're going onto the movie set of Deliverance when you drive into the house. If it's foggy and it's water, you're just I'm not going here. So but it's nice. So that's part of what my problem is I have to call eBay and explain to them why I have 3 late transactions. And I was looking at the dates because Noel told me how to get in there and see what item it was and if it was my fault, if it was late. And I actually have written on my calendar that our power was out because the sailboat took out power lines for 4 days and I couldn't ship, but it didn't affect me. I think it was over the weekend. And then, so did you call eBay and tell them that I didn't have power and I need that removed?
You can try, yeah.
Anything's worth trying.
I mean, I thought that was kind of hysterical. And then the other ones were, it was storm season. I just know that I ship every day. Like I ship, I don't miss a ship. If I sell it, it goes. If it sells at night, it goes first thing in the morning. Like I'm on top of it with eBay. Posh, you could sit on their damn package for 7 days and they won't say nothing. I ship right away.
I forgot a Posh. At day 5, they sent me a message. Are you going to ever ship this? I had forgotten it.
Just nothing to you. You're like, get a bad review. Nothing to you.
Nothing. I didn't get it. They gave me 5 stars. The person who ordered it. I was shocked.
Yeah,
I don't know how I did it.
Rebel, I thought
on Posh, they will talk about their shit. You know, they do their videos and they're like, "We haven't shipped yet this week," and I'm thinking to myself, "It's fucking Thursday. What do you mean you haven't shipped yet this week?"
That's crazy.
But,
well, I had an interesting mail carrier situation, Rebel, and I thought of you. So, we have what are called rural route carriers. I assume you have something similar. So they don't actually, they're not employed by the United States Postal Service. So they're contractors. So they bid on the route every year. It's a weird situation, but so they don't drive like post office trucks. They drive their own vehicles. So my driveway is not that long. It's like 150 yards. So it's not like it's like some, it's not a mile or something. So when she came to my house last week, she said that she has to fill out a form and she wants a letter from me. If it was easy for me to do, and it is easy for me to do, if I can say how many packages she picked up for the month of May, and that if I give her that letter that shows how many packages she picked up and scanned for me, there's some form that she can fill out that gives her extra time at my house.
Right.
And so that was amazing to me. And, because I always say to her, like, I'll go to the post office if I'm too much of a hassle, but they get paid extra per scan. So she wants my house, but she needs more time because of driving up the driveway. That takes time. Scanning the packages, you know what I mean? And so
maybe they should open that up to the normal post office. maybe then people will be a scan happy MFers, like if they need extra.
Right.
Well, and that's how it was here with my old carrier. He said it helped him to be able to stop here and scan all of my packages, because I think around here, my ex-husband is a mail carrier. They every year evaluate your route, and depending on how long it takes for you to get that route done, they either add to your route or take away from your route. Right. And so it worked for my carrier steward that, he knew every day he had to stop, and he scanned all of my package. Well, something changed because now I went straight to the postmaster, and she said, no, they only have to scan 5 packages.
And I think it's because of what I'm talking about. I think it has something to do with this thing that I'm talking about. So apparently, and I'm curious if your mail carrier could do the same thing, but apparently they can.
Mine doesn't want to.
That's it. That's right.
Mine doesn't want to either. Mine driveway flipped me off as she drove away. So, she had a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. That's in a USPS truck, not a damn thing to do about it. She was just not having a good day or life. I don't know, but I'm just going to take my packages. I don't want people like that screwing with my crap anyways. Like, I'd rather not,
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Sorry to be late. It was a really cool program. I wanted to take my daughter to.
Very cool.
I felt like it was important for her, and it was great. It was fun.
Oh, good.
What was it?
It was a library program, but it was at our new history museum because our town doesn't have a library. And so the county co-op comes in the summer, the library co-op, and they do a library story time, basically. And Emily's kind of aged out of it. And I hadn't taken her the last few years, because she's had summer with brain surgeries and all that. And we just didn't go last year, the last couple of years, because of COVID. And so this year, because I'm volunteering at the museum and I knew about it, and I knew that they have sometimes a hard time getting attendance, I thought we should go and support it. And it was great. They did a great job. And there was only one other kid there, an actual kid. And Emily's 21, but she's still kid-like, but she loved it. She thought it was great. So we will probably, it's going to be 3 more times. And of course they're Wednesday at 11, but it'll be every 2 weeks for 3 more times.
Oh, that's fun.
So yeah, I think it's good for her to go. She didn't get to go to school this past year, and it's good for her to do stuff like that. So
definitely.
Yeah. So I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any of the first hour. So hello, Beth. Nice to see you in person.
Somebody, a mom posted, I should never say the Facebook word, because most, there's hardly ever anything good that happens on Facebook, but
see, I think that about Twitter. Facebook is okay. I just don't go on it, but Twitter.
And I think that about Instagram.
But she was saying, so her youngest daughter just graduated, and she was saying how much she was going to miss going to track meets. And I said, oh, by the way, I am an official pole vault official. That's what I did for 10 years. Yes, I'm a very important person. I could threaten to suspend you if you swore when you landed on the mat. Or if you...
I'd be out before I started.
Oh, I know. Or if you were just mean to me. And so people were never mean to me. And so I remember when my youngest son graduated and somebody said to me, you're going to miss this when it's over. So I said to this woman on Facebook, I have been sitting at soccer fields, baseball fields, track, you name it, for 22 years. I haven't missed it for even 1 second. 1 second. I don't even count library programs, Cub Scout, homeschool co-op. You name it, we've done it. And I'm glad it's over.
And I feel the same way. I second that.
Amen.
I'll take it another level. I have been a mom of young kids
forever.
For 37 years, and I'm ready to not be a mom of young kids.
I was going to say, you have to add that of young kids, because you're always going to be a mom.
I know of kids that I have to actually be responsible for.
Yeah, I had to have a conversation with my ex-husband this weekend. It was a couple-hour conversation about our 2 boneheads infighting. Like, there's just what are you guys doing? And they're fighting over the silliest stuff, but it is so important to them. So we have to show, concern. Sure. It's the goofiest shit.
Oh, yes, honey.
It's better than, them in the back seat.
Well, are you getting any work done, or are you just chatting?
No, I have not moved from in front of my screen.
I've got 1 order to pack and a few drafts to do.
How's eBay going for you, Lizzie?
I haven't missed a day this month listing.
Good girl.
Good. But I've listed one thing every day, but it's consistent.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. And because I told myself I would not miss, I said, okay, I will just do one thing, and I will not let myself miss that one thing. There's been a couple of times it's been 11:30 at night, and I'm like, I got to get my thing done. Yeah. So it's good for me to set those goals, at least doable goals. Right. Eventually, I've got to bump it up. I have to. I know that. But
I'll tell you, Noel sent me a couple boxes of really awesome stuff to list, some vintage nylons and bras. And so that's keeping me busy because I haven't been thrifting. But when I watched your video, Lizzie, about
organizational one.
Yeah, I just decided to make little changes too, and I have made sure my kitchen is absolutely clean before I go to bed at night, every stinking night. And last night I was like, I'm going to bed without doing that pot. Got halfway down the hallway and gone, Willie.
Yeah,
The pot.
good
So I
job.
did, but that's because of you. So thank you for the information.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, there are things now.
Rule that whoever doesn't cook cleans. And so my husband does the kitchen cleanup because I do most of the cooking. And
Wait a minute.
That's not a rule.
This is not what we're talking about here.
So that's a rule for when women do the cooking, men should do the cleaning. I'm just saying. That's just how it should be.
See, mine does the cooking and the cleaning, but me,
Oh,
I
yes.
just personally don't want to leave a cut. Like I want I have a beautiful white porcelain sink, and I can't stand it when there's a mark on it. So it's just one of those things. Like I just want to make sure it's cleaned at night. Everything is put away, and I don't cook, so it's not like I got a kitchen full of.
Oh,
But
yeah, I cook a lot. I do. I cook a
I wish I
lot.
knew how to cook. Do I wish? I don't think I wish. I don't think I want to learn how to cook, but it's fun. I waste money cooking. It's like the stupidest thing. I'll go get all the stuff. I'll get all up and that's it. Just no, I'm done. I've tried.
We make a list and we have a plan, and my husband does the shopping, and then I do the cooking, and we plan it for leftovers for him to take for lunch. And I make at least 3 new recipes a week. So
Wow.
I know.
You need to see. There you go, Liz.
I've turned over a new leaf with cooking too, but I'm trying to try maybe like one new recipe a week or even every other week. Depends on how motivated I am. But yeah, I have been doing more meal planning and get my shopping list ready and all of that. So like tomorrow is my shopping day. So I need to make sure that tonight before I go to bed, I know what I'm going to cook I only cook 4 days a week. And this is what I tell my family. I said, I'm going to cook something on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Because Saturday, my husband fasts. And Sunday, we can eat leftovers. And Wednesday night, we eat at church. They have a family dinner, everybody,
Right.
But I need to bring something and contribute. So I told them, I said, if you run out of something, put it on the list. I will go shopping on Thursday. If it's not on the list, I probably won't buy it. And Randy's like, well, if it's obvious, I'm like, put it on the list.
If it's obvious,
Make
it's
sure
on the list.
I'm trying to get really good about putting it on shopping from the list. I said, if you need something and you haven't put it on the list, and I tell this to Katie and Randy, then you're responsible to go get it yourself if you need it from the store yourself. And I will only go on Thursday unless I forget something.
Right.
And then I'll go if I forget. So I'm trying to lay down the ground rules, and I've been posting menus. So my daughter Katie, she's 18, and she can cook. But last night I had a recipe planned, but I was doing an outside job that needed more time. And I said to her, I'm like, I said, here's the recipe card. Would you please do this? Because she was off yesterday. And I asked her to do it. So she comes out halfway between. She's like, I didn't realize the instructions for the recipe were on the back of the card. And she just like thrown everything
There
in.
you go.
But anyway, it was fine. So she cooked it, and I got my job done that I needed to. And then when we're cleaning up, I said to Randy and Emily, I said, it would be fine if you guys would go ahead and unload the dishwasher because it was still loaded. I had run it earlier in the day. And he's like, no, what if we don't want to? I'm like, that's fine, but it would be really nice if you did, and then I'll go back out here and finish this job outside.
Right.
So I came back in and they had done it, so that was good, because that's one of the jobs Emily can do is help unload the dishwasher. She can put silverware in the thing, and all that. So anyway, I actually got some help.
Buns this week, Rebel.
Huh?
I tried some new hot dog buns this week.
Oh.
But they were really good. It's the same brand of stuff that I send you. They made hot dog buns. So I actually had a hot dog.
So gluten free.
Yeah, gluten free. I'm celiac. So yeah, I have to watch what I eat. And I you know what? As long as my stomach is healthy, I'll eat rice and broth for the rest of my life and not care because I am just health. Like I feel good.
I love rice.
Are there certain hot dogs that you prefer over others? Because some have fillers and things.
But like there's some organic kosher, like good ones that I've gotten before, but I've never been able to have them with a bun. So this was a new recipe for me, Lizzie.
Awesome.
I could make you some gluten-free ones, Lori. So.
Oh yeah. You know what I want are some gluten-free cinnamon rolls.
Oh, I could make those. Yeah. Lori, do you know about King Arthur flour?
I don't cook.
Okay. So King Arthur Flour is a company out of Vermont. And actually they do a lot of cool things, but they, in addition to just making flour and stuff, they also make baking kits, and they have a lot of gluten-free options.
King
Arthur flour.
Okay.
And if I'm not wrong, they have a gluten-free cinnamon bun. It might even come in a box. Like I think you could.
I can nail those.
You can nail.
Lori, I'm pretty sure Publix has some King Arthur. I don't know if they have everything, but I think I've seen some King Arthur at Publix.
I will look.
They're wonderful, and they do mail order.
Buying food for myself is so expensive that when I do go and cook it and I mess it up, then I just wasted like, $75.
Right.
So I don't know, but a box stuff I can do.
We have friends whose daughter has celiac, and so about 10 years ago, I started doing a gluten-free Thanksgiving.
Oh, I had my first gluten-free Thanksgiving at my boyfriend's parents did it for me, and it was my first Thanksgiving in so long.
Wow.
Gluten-free, and they had guests, and that was the nicest thing anybody has ever ever. I was
challenging.
I was shaking.
Yeah.
I don't know, and they made everything homemade. That's so awesome.
The first year was really challenging, and I did make a couple of things that my family insists on, like the dinner rolls that my boys like, but I baked them on a separate day.
Right.
And I didn't, and then I had to clean up my whole kitchen, and then I baked all the gluten-free stuff, right close to Thanksgiving. All of anything that had gluten in it was baked on a separate day. So I could clean up, because you have to clean like the whole
everything. Yeah, I don't even let gluten in my house.
No,
because I can't be around it. That
right.
Blah, blah.
Well, it's a lot of work, and so I only am doing it for like 3 days a year.
They made green bean casserole and like potatoes with marshmallow. It was like the coolest thing. Seriously, ever. I was so happy. I got to have dessert. They made me a gluten-free cheesecake.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do it.
So good.
I do a gluten-free chocolate pretzel pie. So that was good.
You might have to get on the phone, Beth, and I might have some orders in. I need help. I need food.
Well, in my defense, I used to cook. When we had kids that were at home every single night after school, I cooked probably 4 nights a week, and then Fridays we ate out or did takeout. But now it's just me and Robert, so I'm like, what are you fixing for dinner? But a lot of it is on the grill or something like that, or I eat a bowl of cereal and he cooks for himself.
I thought you had 1 or 2 boys at home still.
They work. Both of them work during the day, so
and if they're like my kids, they're like spending $20 on freaking McDonald's in the middle of the day. Like I'm talking to my daughter, she's worried about her hair smelling when she leaves work, and she's got this bonnet on, and she's eating a burger. I go, "You're worried about your hair smelling like McDonald's?" I'm back into her salon smelling like a burger. I'm like,
before we end up changing subjects and get completely off of food, I realized when I was talking about my family that it made it sound like that they don't help. My husband is fantastic about helping with housework and dishes. I mean, a lot of time, and he fixes his own lunch. He's done it for years. And so like in the morning, if I have left dishes in the sink, he'll get up ahead of me and fix his own lunch. And then invariably he will have like he won't necessarily load the dishwasher. He will sometimes, but he'll like straighten everything up and stack dishes and things like that. So he's kind of He's a neatener. I don't know if that is a word, but
Neatener.
you know what I mean? He
Neatener.
likes to make things look neat. He's not necessarily the most organized like me, which is
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
Chris
weird,
is the neatener.
but he will neaten things.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm the unneatener. I take everything apart and clean around it and get rid of the neat.
I sound crazy because I'll say something and then I realize how bad it sounds. So now I preface it. So I say, well, I haven't cleaned a bathroom in 30 years. Well, that sounds really gross. But what I mean is that that's my husband has always cleaned the bathrooms. So
Gotcha.
I have 3 boys. For those of you who don't have boys or husbands,
Rebel right now.
I don't understand how hard it is to pee into a toilet.
Big ass toilet. A big hole. This big
Or
hole.
sit down.
Your
Your
whole butt will fit in it if you wanted
sit
it
down. And so I just refuse to clean the bathrooms. And so my husband has his little bucket of stuff.
to. I love it.
He goes on Saturdays and starts upstairs and he cleans all the bathrooms. We have 3 bathrooms. And it's a lovely thing.
Well, I'll tell you, we have our own bathrooms and I take care of mine and we'll take care of his. And that, I don't even think I've been in his bathroom ever.
I
I have
wish
a cleaning
You got
person.
your own, you know?
you do, right?
I have my cleaning person now.
That's right. Rebel has her cleaning person.
I
She loves
don't
her.
know why I didn't do this 20 years ago. Just
Right.
because it's so nice knowing on Mondays when she comes, by the end of the day, all my bathrooms are clean. All my
Yeah.
floors have been swept and mopped. And
Such a good.
But now, do you have to clean to get ready for the cleaning lady?
I was so late doing my packages Monday because, we were running through the house, making sure everything was up off the floors.
Right.
So she can clean.
But because that 3-day weekend, I actually missed my last cleaning service. So it's been a month and things were just everywhere.
It was time. Were you
So-
saying the first day she came and was she near some of your eBay stuff or something? And she said, "Do you want me to clean that?" And you're like, "No."
I was like, no, it
This is
really, this room's off limits because I'll vacuum it when it needs it and
Right.
deal with the spiders when they get in here. But
I had to do
love
it
it.
nice. So my eBay stuff is in my basement. And again, I do live in the country. And so this winter I went down to take one of my plush out of a basket. And when I did, there was this mess in the bottom of the basket. And I was like, what is that? Well, I had one of those warmies. Those microwavable plush.
Yeah, with
Right.
the rice.
They have a lavender scent to them.
Yeah, but they're filled with flax. And
Yeah.
so
I thought rice, but flaxseed. It's the flax.
flax. Yeah,
Yeah.
so there was flax. Yes. And so even though it was sealed in, mice don't care, even though it was sealed in plastic. So, and of course it was in a basket on the top. So he got into the one bag, put a hole in it, and then flax just poured down into every single basket. So I was down there saying many, many not good words. And so my husband comes downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Right. He's like, what is the problem? And I'm like, ah! So I had to take all of my plush out of, because the flax stuck to the back. It's not like the mice got into the rest of my plush. I didn't have to wash, but they all had to come out of the bags. Everything had to be bagged. All of the baskets had to be washed.
Because that flaxseed gets everywhere.
Yes. And if you don't know what a hillbilly mousetrap is, or if you're really offended, you might want to mute me now. Just saying. So if you love mice, mute me now. So we take a 5-gallon bucket, put a wire through it, and put a beer can on the wire, put peanut butter on top of the beer can. So there's a beer can on a wire on top of a 5-gallon bucket. That much water in the bottom of the bucket. Build them a little ramp. Yeah.
I've seen that on Facebook.
10 mice.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So I know it's not very nice, but them coming in my house is not very nice either. So
I say what did we were talking about an animal the other day? I had a snake on my deck. I live 16 feet in the air, and I did not know that we had. It was a little guy, but it scared the Jesus out of me, and I wouldn't even take Willie for his walk. Like we're staying in.
Yeah, I live in the country.
What about you, Rebel? I've wondered about that because you have that building. So, like, how do you keep mice and stuff out? Because, mice can get in, like, for anybody who doesn't know, it's not like we're, like, horrible people. Mice can get in through, like,
anywhere.
The teeniest.
And even people that think mice don't live where they live, or they're wrong, because mice are everywhere. You know what I mean? They're just everywhere. But you can, as long as you're diligent about your stuff, and
there's
look
no
at
food out there. So I've never I have lots of creepy crawlies out there, but I've never had a mouse thing. But again, I'm like you and your hillbilly thing. I set glue traps all over the building, but it's mostly just to catch the bugs that are coming in. And they do. I'll go out there and the traps are full of bugs. Spiders and bees.
We never caught any mice in like regular mouse traps. Not even once in 19 years. We never caught a mouse. And then my husband, because my husband's not handy. He is a software engineer. And so, but he built this for me because he was worried about my mental health. If we wouldn't do something about it. Because I was going to sit down there and I was going to start shooting something. That might be overkill with mice. And we don't have a gun. So I'm not sure what I was going to shoot them with, but it wasn't going to end well for anyone. Everyone was going to sleep in this house for the rest of my life until we trapped those mice. And so he went on YouTube and he found this, and it is shot like 10 in a week. And so now it's summertime. They don't really want to come inside.
That made me wonder. I think I'm going to go pull my warmies. I have 2 listed.
No more.
Yeah, I'm going to go pull them, and at least I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I've got 2 out there. But
put them inside, leave them
in a sealed Rubbermaid.
Yeah,
put them on the bottom so that when they get to them, it doesn't like filter down through everything else.
Right. Don't
put them on the bottom shelf in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, rats. No rats, Noel. No rats. Oh, I have to go be a cat butler. Excuse me.
So, Laura, you asked how eBay was going. And I have, like I said, I've been listing one thing a day. I've had like 7 sales this month. So not every day, but I think almost every sale that I've had has been stickers. So I guess people are scrapbooking for the summer. Yeah. So today I sold, I think last night or this morning.
You've been putting up a lot of like scrapbooking.
Well, I haven't put up any lately, but I listed a lot of stickers. I listed a lot of stickers when I first started, and those have just been selling consistently.
Yeah.
The title of this one, I kind of went back and forth on. I listed this as, hang on, let me read. Because I'm conscious about trying to be gender specific because these could be for any age, but I thought, what are people going to be searching for? So I named these little boys, toys, and vehicles, scrapbook stickers, and then a lot of them are, some of them are Jolie's Boutique. But part of what this one says, boys' toys. Right. So this is what the sticker is called, lest anyone accuse me of trying to be,
what are those called? That's a book, a baby book, right? Is it a baby book?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like those like scrapbooks or baby books. Right. Okay. Yeah. I just was thinking of a word.
So Nona's daughter asked, I think, a good question, which is an inexpensive solution for musty smell in the basement.
Dehumidifier.
Like those. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to run a dehumidifier.
You have to. But I keep buying dehumidifiers, and after about 6 or 8 months, they just stop collecting water.
Oh, because you live where it's really humid, right?
So now I've got I need
like-
to get one for the new side of the building because all our clothes are over on that side now, and it's not.
That damp
doesn't have
rid
air
stuff
conditioning.
works too. That the
Yeah.
damp rid
Yeah.
buckets, those really work. You can get them in spaces. That we use them on the boat. And
Yeah.
it's really
Yes.
good, and it works. Yeah.
And you can buy those anywhere, Nona's daughter. You can buy those at the dollar store.
Yeah.
You can buy, but you still need a dehumidifier. You really,
Yep.
Definitely.
And it really does help with the smell. I can tell when I haven't been running it down here that you just started getting that smell of just so many things that you've brought in.
Oh
So
my-
you've got to. I've got to get another one for the other building or figure out why my new one isn't working.
Is there a filter on it, Rebel?
Huh?
There might be a filter on it.
I read in fact, just this morning, I read that it could be a fan that has gone, which
Well, if not, check and see if there's a filter that slides out. It might be clogged too. I don't know. Same like
I
an air
don't know.
conditioner, I would think
we've
when
had
you're
ours for 20 years.
low cool.
I'm going to be taping, so I'm going to mute
I
while I
have
pull
to-
the tape.
I have to dump it some days twice a day. That's how much water it gets.
Oh, ours automatically, I don't know, we have some kind of hole in the floor,
Mhm.
something. So ours is automatically, I don't know. I don't deal with it. It just goes on.
Your system, like your
No, it's just a freestanding one, but whoever built the house put this in. So there's just a hose that goes from the dehumidifier into some hole.
Oh,
And but yeah, we've had the same. It goes on in as soon as the heat goes off, so we don't run our furnace, but as soon as it's past heating weather, then it's dehumidifier weather. So there's only 2 seasons: heater weather and dehumidifier weather. So
yeah, we don't have. This is so funny. I moved here from Chicago.
oh,
And the setup for the house here is just insane. Our water heater is this big. There's no gas. No
That's
heat.
odd.
Just electric. Everything is electric.
oh yeah, we can't. Nobody would deliver gas to our house if we don't. I mean, we obviously we don't have like town anything. We don't have town water or.
Right.
We have a well and a septic. But then when we bought the house and we were trying to get oil deliveries, people were just like, oh, no, we're not coming up your driveway. And I'm like, oh, I need oil. So now I've got a guy, and if it's going to snow or anything, he texts me and he says, hey, do you need oil? Because I should come on Wednesday because Friday looks like a storm. So you got to have people,
Looking out. Yeah.
Yes, Noel, exactly.
Do you live in the mountains, Beth? Where do you live?
I don't live in the mountains. I live in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, by its very nature, is a small rural state, and I live in a semi-rural town in a rural state. I live like 45 minutes from the ocean and 45 minutes from the mountains. It's just a tiny town of 4,000 people surrounded by tiny towns of also 4,000 people.
Well, I
But
just wondered why someone would come up your driveway.
it's steep and
Steve.
uphill. It's steep and uphill, and
Mhm.
they don't want their oil trucks to tip coming up the driveway, and so they
Gotcha.
just look at it and they're like, no, we're not.
Well, they know their limitations. At least that's better for them just to say no than to come up there and get stuck. Or
I'll tell you
have an
what happened to us. Like last year, we had a friend call and say they were in town with a motorhome, and if they could come and park and see us, and we're like, oh yeah, come on, we can plug you in, whatever. How big is your motorhome? 20 feet, 20-something feet. But he didn't tell us it was a fifth wheel with a big old truck pulling it. We thought it was like a motorhome.
oh
We
man,
had to call AAA and have them bring a truck service out to get them to lift the trailer and move it so that we could turn around and get out of my driveway because there
Oh
was
my
nowhere for them to go.
No,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
That came ended up taking out I wanted a couple trees cut down in my backyard. They ended up bringing a winch that just drug them right out and took them with them. I'm like, free lawn service too from AAA. But yeah, that's what we had to do. So there's no messing around with driveways.
No.
You get stuck in them, you're good. But yeah, they brought a tow truck and a truck with this big ass, almost like a crane type deal. It's nuts.
No.
It's my story and I'm sticking to it. I got pictures.
Well, the problem too when you have a septic system is nothing. You can't drive on it. You know what I mean? So like it's yeah.
We just got on city. We don't you have a septic anymore as of last year too, and we're on city water. Everybody down here now is pretty much. Maybe the island over there got they might have water.
Right. Yeah, we don't have that kind of stuff around here. We're not that fancy. So
Well, I love it. I don't know if with the heat I could live without electric, without that stuff. I don't know. It's too hot
right.
and cool.
I mean, we have 5 cops in our town. That's it. Like we have
Now, where is it that you're at? What state?
New Hampshire,
New Hampshire. Okay.
little tiny state, and but it's funny and like you're so far south, but so where and this is probably true for Rebel too in Tennessee, but where I live, I can be in Massachusetts in 45 minutes. I can be in Maine in a half an hour. I can be in Vermont in 2 hours. I can be in Rhode Island in 2 hours. And I can be in New York in 3 hours.
Wow.
Because that's just how it is. We're a little state. And so, the thing about New England is we're all little states right next to each other. Oh, in Connecticut. I can be in Connecticut in 2 hours too.
We're on the tip, right on the tip of Tennessee. So it's about an hour to Virginia, an hour to North Carolina, probably 2 hours to Kentucky, about an hour and a half to Kentucky. I mean, we're right on the tip. So,
Right.
But yeah.
My middle son lives in Western Pennsylvania, so 45 minutes from Ohio. So if any of you are from Pennsylvania, I just have to tell you, I hate the state of Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness. You get on the turnpike and you just drive forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And then just when you think you're there, there's a sign that says like only 300 more miles. It's 11 hours for us to visit him, so it doesn't happen very often.
I think people are shocked how big Tennessee is. It's 8 hours.
We're as close.
I had no idea.
Yeah, we're as close to Canada as we are to Memphis.
What?
Oh my lands! Because Rebel, I was in Memphis. I drove through there in April when I went to Texas and Oklahoma and came back. And usually I don't come through that way, but I just wanted mix it up a little bit and have an adventure. So I thought, well, I'll just go through Memphis. So I thought about you and I looked and I saw how far it was from Memphis to where you are. And I was like, oh my lands. It's different
It's
state.
8 hours.
I need a map. You can be in Canada in 8 hours?
That's what Robert just said. I don't know. But yeah, it's all, well, like we're going to Cincinnati. It's only 5 hours for us to get to Cincinnati, if that long.
Huh.
I mean, I guess Florida is like that. If you look at where Pensacola is versus where Lori is, that's like I don't even know how far that is. It's probably a 24-hour drive to get from Pensacola to where Lori is.
Right, just to get up to the mainland. They say it's like 3 hours, but it's never 3 hours.
Right.
I'm about 4 hours from the mainland, and that's with traffic and everything else that goes on. And most of it's only 2-lane highway.
Right.
If you want up that way, so there's accidents or a marathon, turtle crossing, just anything going on that highway. Just forget about it.
So you can't tell my husband this. All of you are sworn to secrecy, but I am praying that the Celtics lose the championship. So you cannot tell my husband I just said that. Because if they win, I don't know how we're getting home from the Cape. because the traffic will be so bad that we'll never get off. And my middle son is threatening to come home for the parade if they win. And again, he's 11 hours away, and I don't really want him to come home. So, so you can't, like, you're all sworn to secrecy. Robert, you are sworn to secrecy.
I know
So
nothing.
every game, I'm like secretly checking my phone because I don't watch it with my husband. And then I'm like, please leave. I know it's horrible. You know what? So going back to that kid topic, there's not a mother in this group who is not sat at a baseball game at the end of the season going,
Please lose.
lose, please. We've all been there because if they win, you're
There's
talking
ice
about
cream.
another month of baseball. And so you're like,
Going out, celebrating.
yeah,
They
don't
got
make it my kid.
a playoff series, and
Yeah. Don't let it be my kid that lost the game.
Yeah.
But you know. But
so
let them-
Lizzie, those stickers. Do you have multiples of them? Is that like, or are they just per sheet?
Occasionally, I will find a multiple, but no. What I have is all, pretty much all right now that I'm selling is from one person who basically just bought everything under the sun, and then had a health scare and decided she wanted to quit scrapbooking, and could I just come and take it all? And I was like 2-3 carloads of stuff, and it's I can't even imagine what she spent on all of this, but it helped her for me to come and just get it because she wanted to clean out her house. Her parents are elderly. She's divorced. She doesn't have any kids. She's by herself. She was worried that she was going to die and leave all this junk, crap, whatever, you want to call it, for her parents to deal with. And they're in their 70s. And she's like, it would just help me mentally if you would just come and take it. And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? So it didn't necessarily help me mentally. It just sat around my house, and my family were like, what are you going to do with this stuff? Because I had it literally for 2-3 years before I finally decided to take over the eBay store and deal with it. And my husband helped me sort it, and even sorted it sat out in the garage for probably a year.
Right.
And one day he was like, come here for a second. So I follow him. He goes out to the garage and he's like, this right here. And I mean, it's a bigger space. What's happening with this? And he was pointing to the scrapbook stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to sell it. I just haven't figured out how to deal with it yet, but I'm really glad that it's working out as well as it has. At the time, she didn't want any money for it. But now that I've been selling it, I saw her the other day at the library and I'm like, I'm going to give you a little bit of money. I said, because I've been selling it and I feel right about just keeping it and selling it without, giving you some back.
Oh, Lizzie, stop. Just go. Don't worry about nothing.
I know, but
You're
I
nice.
$100. Thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and I'm gonna at least give her $100.
I'm just kidding, and that's why I love you, Lizzie.
Rhonda,
Fire a cup of coffee and go on.
ponchos.
What? I didn't hear you.
Rhonda said she's been selling some crocheted ponchos, which would be fantastic. I have never found one, not at a yard sale, not at the bins, nowhere. My grandmother made
Ponchos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of real kitschy. I could see how that would be
I'm
popular right now.
Yeah. My grandmother thought that everything in your house should be covered with a crocheted something. And if it had a doll head on it, that made it even fancier.
Yes.
So
Plastic doll head, right?
yeah. So everything was covered. The vacuum cleaner, the toaster. Like nobody.
Mixer, yes.
I'm not talking about
Cover, the goose that you change the clothes on.
Yeah. And those big doll bed, bed dolls, the Barbie and like the skirt.
My great aunt used to have one of those.
Yeah.
Those too.
I wonder what happened to those.
That's funny.
Yeah. My great aunt had this front room that had a bed that no one ever slept in, and it was covered in these big fancy dolls. And I remember one or two of them had these huge dresses that just took up the whole bed.
Yeah.
And I had totally forgotten that until you said
Me
it.
too.
And that was
Me too.
solid
I'm
memory that was embedded
the
in my
whole
brain.
bedroom in my head right now too at my aunt's house.
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
her fanciest thing that she ever made me was picture a slinky, and then she crocheted around the entire slinky. So just right. So the whole slinky is now crochet, and then there's little crocheted arms and little crocheted.
It's like I
Clown head.
head. Yeah.
And then she gave that as a gift to my newborn son. And it was horrifying. I mean, we were horrified of this thing. So it was just horrifying. And my grandmother smoked, so it smelled
Oh my goodness.
really bad. So what I did was I was visiting my girlfriend. I brought it with me, and I hung it in her shower. And so, the next day she takes a shower, and she was swearing at me. So then, months go by, and she comes to our house for dinner. Jeff and I go to bed, and there's the clown. So this went on for 3 years. And then one day I decided to hang it in my neighbor's rearview mirror of her van. We shared a driveway. So I didn't hear anything about it. And I promise you I didn't abuse my child, but he used to go next door and ring the doorbell and tell her he was hungry. I fed him. He didn't have small children, and she would invite him in and make him pancakes or French toast.
I'm hungry.
And she's like, Adam's over here. So I'm like, all right. So he eats his breakfast, and I go over, and there's the clown sitting on her sideboard table. And I say, oh, wow, that is a cool clown. Where'd you get that? And she goes, isn't it amazing? I found it in my van one day. I never messed up. I never told her.
Oh my
I couldn't tell her.
No, she probably still has it, and that my son is 28.
So it sounds like it found a good home. Someone who liked it.
Goes. That's a good story. I like
Horrifying. This thing was horrifying.
You were talking about the smell. My recommendation for smells is to hang it out in the sun. Anything like that you can't wash. The sun is such a fantastic equalizer and gets rid of smell.
Like yellow. Oh, yes. Yes, Noel. The plastic ornament thing, the plastic canvas things.
I might have to. You know what? I haven't been paying attention to this stuff. And in the South, there are lots of crocheted Afghans and everything.
With those though, they take up so much space.
Yeah,
and they are heavy, and they're a pain in the.
But not this other stuff.
But they sell. I mean, they do sell.
The plastic canvas stuff that Noel is talking about, and I saw Kat, the nurse flipper, she sells it too, and you can find all kinds of those coasters, ornaments.
Here's a little box that someone from our church made for my husband. It's just a little box. I don't have anything in it, but she made it for his birthday.
Nice.
Just a little trinket box.
Yeah.
On the bottom.
Crochet
Or gathering dust. I should use it for something, paper clips or something.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love to find a vintage crochet poncho. I would love that. Would just make my day, because with my grandmother, you can imagine we had matching ponchos, and then our dolls had them. We had little berets. And I grew up in the 70s, and it was a wild time for clothing. So I look at pictures and I say, that's child abuse. But man, if I could find that stuff today, it would sell.
Was it, I'm totally changing the subject now, because was it you that we were having a conversation with a few weeks ago about media mail, and you were talking about, okay, so I listed these the other day, and we had this conversation where I think you said that you didn't think that, but it's a book, a hardcover book. It is a book.
It's not a book.
Why is it not a book?
because it's not meant to be read. It's meant to be. It's not. So it's not about a book.
It is meant to be read after it's filled in. It's an activity book.
No, it's not a book.
So, but why? I don't understand where you're getting that information from.
From the United States Postal Service. So it has to have 12 pages of writing, not what you're pointing out, not like a few words on a page. Nope, 12 pages of actual writing to be considered a book. That's not something. Those are just a few words on a page. So when you think of media, you have to think of something that you listen to, meaning a CD or a tape. And that's why you can't sell blank CDs and blank tapes as media, because they're not media. That's exactly the same as your book. It's not a book, it's a blank book. So if you sell notebooks, none of that can go media mail.
Okay.
So you cannot sell anything like that.
Okay, here's a bolo for you guys. This brand.
Or educating, but like a music CD is not, necessarily educating, but it's media.
Right.
And so, you really have to be thinking of what is media. And in your case, it's
I don't know. I think this still would kind of fall into a gray area. I don't know. I may take this in to my post office and just let them tell me themselves. And I'm not saying they get you. I always love to get second opinions.
Well, let me give you a warning about just talking to your local postmaster at your post office. So the thing about media mail is that you agree when you send something media mail is that it can be opened at any point in the chain. At that point, you're going to be charged a lot for that item. Mm-hmm. Or it will be returned to you and you'll have to pay to get it back.
Right.
So your postmaster could give you incorrect information.
Okay.
And then you could ship that and it could get picked up further down the chain.
I gotcha.
So, you really, it's scrapbooks, journals,
I don't send that stuff media
like that you would be writing in. Those are not media, because when you pick them up, you're not reading it.
Okay. And it says here, like photograph or photo albums are not considered media either. Right. And like a baby book isn't a lot of times you're putting photos into it. Right. To me, it's the same idea. It's a
photo. Well, this is kind of like a baby book. Yeah.
So I don't think it is. Okay.
All right. I just wanted to verify because I looked at this and I'm like, but this is a book. Come on, it's a book.
Yeah. I don't send a whole lot media mail. I give my buyers the choice, especially like with books and everything. I just mailed a book the other day, Priority. They did not choose media mail because they know how long it's going to take and how poorly handled it is. So just because it's Priority mail doesn't mean it's not going to get bought. I sold a heavy book, Priority mail.
But if I'm shipping like a lot of 20, didn't you just buy a bunch of lots of books of the same series, Rebel?
Yes. Well, those Harlequin romances.
I've got a bunch of those. Yeah.
Like you're not going to want to pay to ship 8 pounds of Harlequin romances Priority mail. So those are the perfect kinds of things to go, to go media mail, because you pay almost nothing. For media mail, you're going to pay maybe $12 to ship that gigantic
20 or 30 pounds.
Noel said 99% of USPS workers do not know the regulations.
No, they don't.
It's true. And so I think especially with media mail, you have to be careful because of that agreement that you've entered into, which says that they can open it at any point in the chain. Yeah. And so the other thing is that you can't include anything in there.
Right.
So it has to be just
these are over a pound. They're 1 pound, 5.8 ounces.
Right.
So £1.50 by the time I package it.
And then you can just use the little rectangle boxes and don't even have to worry about it. What are they?
Right.
These.
What's frustrating, Elizabeth, is that you're competing. You know, the other people who are selling what you're selling are lying.
Right.
And sending stuff media mail. So like you'll look and there'll be people who are selling, you know, like hundreds of baby books or journals or whatever their thing is, and they're shipping it media mail. So theirs is shipping at $4 and yours is shipping at $9.50, and that's really hard to compete with.
Well, I feel like eBay doesn't let you have that as an option for the stuff that's definitely not.
Well,
I mean, there's a gray area.
It depends how you put your category. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Call it a book. eBay is not going to do.
Okay.
And you have to be careful because sometimes you'll pick a category when it is a book and it will not let you ship media mail because you put it under arts and crafts, da 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 da. And I've had that happen before where it would not let me choose media mail because of the category I picked.
Right, like a knitting book, for example. So like, you know, I've sold books of patterns. They don't have advertising, so they can ship media mail. They are literally books. But yeah, if you've chosen the category of arts and crafts, you know, whatever, if you haven't chosen the book category, then you can't ship it media mail.
Okay.
And Noel is reminding us to do pirate ship.
Pirate ship. And yeah,
media mail.
Somewhere on here, she's got
tried that for some personal shipping, because we don't do international shipping anyway for eBay. But I need to ship something to a friend in Canada, a couple friends actually, and I need to. I'm gonna try it out and do that.
Yep.
Okay, for you clothing sellers out there, I have a bolo for you. These sold for $90 today. They're used, but the brand is Carrie Forbes.
Huh.
Nice.
Those are nice.
I did very good photographs of them, but used, I was comping them out like over 100. I listed them for 150 and got an offer for 90. So, so
great.
Did you put some nice pictures of your naked feet in them?
No, I did not. Not to mention, these are a size 5. These are little guys.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
That won't even fit me.
Those won't even fit my son's girlfriend, and she's practically
really, really cute. But yeah, so there you go. Carrie Forbes, guys. Be on the lookout.
All right. I'm advertising for Noel. She's going to be on Primetime Treasure Hunters channel tonight. After my bedtime.
The thrift battle. Woot woot.
That's fun.
So that'll work. I'm not sure if anything
All right, well,
else.
guys, I'm gonna skip out.
Yep, I gotta go. I got tons of errands.
I have
going shopping.
So do I.
Shopping. I am. I'll send you some pictures.
It was nice meeting you.
Yes. It was nice seeing everyone.
Beth's going to be back for sure. I'm going to get with Cheryl. I think Cheryl's wanting to come back on and play the game with us. Play this game of eBay with us again.
Next week, I'll have to tell you about our garage organization. It's still a work in progress. But we pulled everything out and then only got like half of it organized back in, and then it started like the clouds were starting to cloud up, and Randy's like, we gotta hurry and get this back in. So it looks disaster. It is more organized than it was, but it looks worse. And I was getting ready to list a lot of books. I already had them typed up and ready to go, and now I can't find them. They're in the box ready. But I can't find them, and I don't want to list them until I know where they are. Otherwise, it's going to be a regular mess to try to find them. So it's hilarious.
That's like you don't list something big unless you have a box to put it in first.
Well, and I've been
mail your tape with people's shoes either.
I've been trying to lot up my books because I have different size lots, and so I like to go ahead and just find the box. Yeah, and then that way I know how many I could put, in that box. That kind of thing. So.
That's what I do all the time.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
All right.
This was fun. I got 0 work done.
I got my package done.
Bye.
Bye-bye.